Back on a beautiful start to this Monday morning. We'll wait and see when the rain comes around. Big thank you to Logan Larson and Jeff Kolpak for joining us on this Monday morning so far on Hot Mic. Appreciate you for joining us however you are. WDAY Extra, Inform.com, KSFL TV in Sioux Falls, and KNBN in Rapid City. Looking forward to our next guest here. We've been doing little bits and pieces of recapping what happened at the NCAA Track and Field Championships in Oregon over this last weekend. There is one story that really stood out to me, and that comes out of the University of North Dakota up there in Grand Forks. They sent over a distance runner from France who put together one heck of a weekend, and that is Louis-Lys Fanucchi joining us here on this Monday morning, straight back from Oregon a couple of days ago, competing in the 3,000 meter steeplechase and had a really good showing there. A newly crowned second team All-American. Louis, I appreciate you for taking some time this morning and joining us. Describe this last weekend. What was that like for you?
It was like a lot of discoveries, a brand new state, a brand new stadium. So we took the time to go around and discover it while running. But yeah, it was also a crazy experience for first NCAAs.
Yeah, no doubt. Was able to watch a little bit and watch you run. Tell us about your ability on the track over the last couple of days. You had a time of 8:55.74 in the finals, greatly improving on your times previously in the year. How do you assess, or how do you feel like you ran while you were out in Oregon this weekend?
Pretty well. I definitely have to push myself to the limits to be able to fight with those guys, and that's always nice. So I beat my time by a lot on the prelims to qualify, and yeah, I'm always happy to be there, be the best that I can be, especially on the national stage.
Were you nervous at all going into this, or did you feel pretty confident that you'd be able to put up some good times?
There is always a bit of nervousness because of it's such a big meet, but you have to stay at least somewhat confident in what you're able to do to not fall under the pressure.
I was curious about this because obviously you had a great run in the prelims in the 3,000 meter steeplechase to get into the finals. What's more, or has more pressure, I should say, running in the prelims to get to the finals, or running in the finals race to get a high finish? Are you able to differentiate which one had a little bit more pressure?
I'd say it's probably equivalent, but like the prelim, I enter the prelim not knowing I will go to the final, so there was maybe not so much pressure. Just I came here with nothing to lose, just trying to prove what I could do. So in the final, I already kind of proved that I was deserving to be here. But still, it's like, because it's the final, there is maybe just a tad more pressure that you can't really get off.
Again, Louis-Lys Fanucchi joining us from the University of North Dakota after his performance at the NCAA Track and Field Championships in Oregon over this last weekend. I saw at the conclusion of this weekend, you are the first male athlete from the University of North Dakota to make the finals, and you now have the highest finish in school history. How proud are you of that stat, knowing that you're the first guy to wear a Fighting Hawks uniform and be able to do that?
I'm definitely very proud of all the work accomplished to go there, thanks with coach and the team. And also we are following the legacy of Luc Labat that a few years ago did qualify to nationals on the same event. So hopefully we're going to keep sending guys that are gonna finish higher and higher in the championship. So proud to be among the first people to do that.
3,000 meter steeplechase, has that been your favorite event for a long time? How'd you get into this event?
It's actually pretty recent for me. Coach really pushed me to go towards the steeplechase. I'm more of a miler on the like by myself, but coach told me that there was a much higher chance to qualify to nationals with steeplechase, and I guess he wasn't wrong.
There's no doubt. Does this motivate you to get back there next year and the year after that and continue to have a higher finish and become a first team All-American in the future?
Oh, definitely, yeah. As I like to say, we're always hungry for more. So definitely, I have a bit of a bittersweet moment in the final because I kind of got dropped from the pack. But yeah, we're gonna get back next year and hopefully do take a better place at the end.
Look forward to watching you, no doubt. Louis, I got to ask you, and I mentioned it before, you're from France. How in the world did you end up in Grand Forks? What's the story of how you got to the States and how North Dakota found you?
It's kind of funny because I wouldn't have guessed that I would have went to the US and even less North Dakota. But basically, at the end of my junior year of high school, a company contacted me and they told me they were making contact in between the athletes and the universities. So I tried my shot, and one of the first schools to contact me was actually North Dakota with Coach Scott, and we seemed to get along pretty well. And told me the team was pretty nice, so I just hopped in and I came here.
Did you know anything about the University of North Dakota or the state in general before coming here, or was this all a blind experience?
Mostly a blind experience. I didn't know anything really about North Dakota. I knew this was the States, but nothing much more. And for the US, I obviously with the movies and series and everything, I knew a bit, but
Yeah.
I've never been there before. So
Okay.
definitely a blind experience.
So you hadn't been to the United States prior to coming here to run track and field?
Nope.
Wow. Okay, what are the thoughts on this? Of course, we got the World Cup here in the United States as a co-host, and I keep seeing videos of people from Europe coming over and an eye-opening experience. Did you have something like that? Was there culture shock for you at all coming to the States for the first time?
Oh, for sure, yeah. It's like the first thing I said when I first got here, I think, was, "Oh, look at the size of the roads." It's like that's pretty crazy, and especially in North Dakota. And same like the big pickups. It's kind of almost a cliche in a way, but it's like always impressive to see those differences, like architecturally talking.
I hear a lot that the food is completely different. Can you confirm that the food is way different than it is in Europe?
Yeah, it's definitely is. Like over Europe already, depending on where you are, it's gonna be very different. But here it's really something else. The portions are much bigger, and it's something to get used to, I guess.
Yeah, well, I'm a
But,
prime example of the portions being larger. That's for sure. I keep seeing people going to Walmart for the first time, and it's a brain popping experience of just how big a Walmart is. Has there been a favorite place that you've been to in the United States so far?
You mean food wise?
Just in general, that in your travels across the country, has there been a place that you thought, oh, this is a pretty cool state?
I think it's pretty hard because there are a lot of cool states around here.
Yeah.
Even North Dakota is pretty cool in some ways. Like there is like beautiful beautiful sunset and
Mm-hmm.
a lot of nice people. But overall, I would say like the classic California, Colorado, Arizona, Texas are pretty pretty nice. Like a lot of nice landscapes, a lot of beautiful things to see.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you're able to see the sights and everything. You and I were talking off air. You were counting how many states you went to, and you've been to more than I have. So you're traveling very well across the United States of America. I want to turn it back to track and field here for just a second. We've talked to Jaden Keeler on this show last week, heading into the track and field championships. Are you able to cross paths when training with her, and what's it like being a part of this with her and knowing how dominant she is in distance events?
Yeah, we definitely get like we train. We have like the same hours for training, so we do train together, and especially more with Jaden since she's like she's just so good that she's just joining the guys on the training. So often she's gonna be in the pack. So it's kind of awesome to have her here. And yeah, there is kind of a crazy difference in between how she acts and how like the titles she have. Like she's like just so good, and it's kind of crazy to think about it. But we forget that she has so many All American titles, since she's just super humble and super nice at the track.
Yeah, you two are some phenomenal athletes that we've had the opportunity to watch now, especially over this season. 2 great years for both you and Jaden Keeler. Louis, congratulations on great performance this last weekend. My understanding that you're heading back home to France today, so I know you got to get busy packing for that, but I appreciate you coming on this morning.
Thank you very much for the invitation.
Absolutely. Louis-Lys Fanucchi joining us from the University of North Dakota after a great performance at the NCAA Track and Field Championships. Did we get all that? That was awesome. Thick accent on Louis. That was fun to talk to. Even off the air, as I mentioned, he was telling me all the states that he's been to, and you know how bad I am at geography. He was knocking it out of the park. He's been to probably 7 more states than I have, and great conversation there with Louis after finishing as a second-team All-American at the 3,000-meter steeplechase this last weekend at the NCAA Track and Field Championships in Oregon. With that being said, let's take another break. When we come back, we'll wrap things up on this Monday morning, get you out the door, get you rolling for the rest of the week. That's coming up when we come back.